As the three friends continue their podcast, the tension between them is palpable. Brad, feeling smug and self-important, goes off on tangents while Nick, fearing the worst, hyperventilates in the background. Nolan, the cowardly bitch, is constantly corrected and told to shut up by both Brad and Nick. The chat room consists of only three people: Toss, who seems ready to leave 4Player Podcast behind, Gamerbeck, who is making increasingly strange messages in the chat room, and Digified, who is on edge about a dragon outside his window. The topic of conversation shifts to the recent tweet from Hideaki Kamiya, where he told Brad to piss off. Brad takes this as validation of his gaming expertise, while Nick and Nolan cower in fear. The three of them reveal that they all attended Chris Davis's funeral, with each of them having their own unique reactions to the somber event. As the podcast continues, the tension between Brad and Nolan comes to a head when Nolan complains about the funeral's lack of budget. Brad snaps and tells him to shut up, leading to a heated argument between the two. Nick, still feeling the loss of his friend Chris, tries to defuse the situation but is unable to calm them down. The discussion eventually turns to Brad's analysis of Bayonetta 5 and its parry mechanic. He argues that the game butchered the mechanic by making the dodge easier to pull off, while Nick offers coherent counter-arguments. However, Nolan's diatribes grow longer and more incomprehensible, leading to Brad losing his patience. In a fit of rage, Brad takes Nolan outside and shoots him. Back inside the podcast room, Nick is initially shocked but quickly regains his composure. He helps Brad keep the conversation going about how much he disliked Nolan, but something feels off about Nick's behavior. He starts acting strangely and giggling uncontrollably like a clown. As Brad grows increasingly uncomfortable, the audio starts to go out of sync, and Nick's voice becomes more animalistic. Suddenly, the screen goes black, and all that can be heard is Brad's terrified screams. The next day, the internet is abuzz with news of the mysterious disappearance of 4Player Podcast's channel and its hosts. All traces of the podcast are erased from the internet, as if it never existed. The three friends have vanished without a trace, leaving only questions and confusion in their wake. In another part of town, a new chat room appears with three new names: Toss, Gamerbeck, and Digified. They discuss random topics, unaware of the dark events that transpired just hours before. The legacy of 4Player Podcast has been erased, replaced by a quiet, empty void where it once stood.